Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax and Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:35 in Journey on Rock 102.
Cloudy with some snow showers today. I don't know how much we're going to get, but...
I saw 1 to 3 inches, but I've been adding that to the bank for years.
They all say 1 to 3, but it's really maybe 1. It's 18 right now in downtown Springfield.
We're going to have more stuff to give away today. Marshall Mania tickets. I believe there's also a round of Am I the A-Hole and some other things, too.
Well, there you go.
Well, that's practically a whole show.
It's one hell of a show, isn't it?
You miss any part of today's show, check out the daily podcast, actually any show, over the last dozen years or so. Brought to you by Curry Honda Chicopee. Experience the best. It's Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:51 and Dire Straits with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cloudy today with some snow showers, 1 to 3 inches possible throughout the Pioneer Valley, high of 32. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 37, which is going to feel like a heat wave. It is 18 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Kid Rock is denying reports that his performance at Sunday's All-American halftime show was lip-synced, but in doing so, he admitted that the entire show was pre-taped. Users on social media noted Rock's performance of Bada Wa Ba 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 during Tu Pusey's alternative Super Bowl halftime show appeared to be lip-synced. During an appearance on Fox News on Monday, Rock told host Laura Ingraham that when he initially saw playback of the performance, he too noticed his vocals appeared out of sync. I even told him when I saw the rough cut, I was like, you guys gotta work on that sync. It's off.
Now, weren't they saying the same thing about the national anthem with Charlie Puth also maybe lip-syncing? Like, that's what they were all doing?
I think they all do that.
I think they probably should. You know how hard it is to hear yourself in front of a stadium of 100,000 people?
It is, but why don't you just say that up front instead of saying, yeah, we're doing this live? Because that's the way they presented it to be, as if all of these things are live performances, and if they're not, then why are you saying they're live? Isn't there like a rule, like we're not allowed to say we're live if we're not live?
I don't know if there's too many people serving hard time as a result of it. But
no, but I mean, as far as FCC rules go, I don't think you're allowed to say that you are live when you are not.
FCC rules? Who gives a damn about any of that?
Well, when they come knocking at your door.
Have they ever come knocking on our door?
I think once.
All right, but that wasn't because we told you we were live when we were at home.
Yeah, it's because we promised a bunch of stuff we didn't have. Sometimes that happens too. But that's in the past.
That's yesterday's news.
Yeah, he said, so it was just a syncing issue that they had, and I know they tried to get it right. It was very difficult. The difficulties came from Rock jumping around stage like a rabid monkey, he said. It would have been super easy to sync up if the vocals were pre-recorded. It was very difficult for the Turning Point production crew, who, by the way, I can't say enough good things about, but this was very difficult for them. He said he was going to tape a performance with his DJ on Monday, which obviously was yesterday, at his home in Nashville, to show the way they share vocal duties on the song, and he said he planned to release the video today. I'll answer all the haters tomorrow.
I can't believe that in 2026, we're having a discussion about the integrity of Kid Rock.
Well, it was bound to happen.
I would have thought it would have happened 25 years ago.
No. It happened 2 days ago.
Huh. Man, you think you know somebody.
Lindsey Vonn has no regrets about competing in the Winter Olympics with a completely ruptured ACL despite a devastating crash that ended her Olympic comeback. Vaughn crashed during the final race after catching a gate with her right arm, resulting in a complex tibia fracture. Despite the physical pain and disappointment, Vaughn expressed no regrets and emphasized the importance of taking risks in life. International Ski Federation President Jonathan Elash defended Vaughn's decision to compete, attributing the crash to bad luck and emphasizing that athletes make their own decisions regarding competing with injuries. Yeah, I give her a lot of credit. I mean, if it's the only time you think you're ever going to be back there, you might as well take the shot and go.
You know, when they say no regrets, don't you think there's like a half a second when she's falling and landing on the ground and she's breaking her leg that she says, this is a regrettable choice? You don't think that happened for it's like a half a second?
No, it's like, of course this happened.
Because I would have regretted it instantly, especially that part where you're slamming onto the ground.
Yeah, but I think you have a different mindset when you're one of those athletes like that. You just want to get it done. And you know what? She tried it and she failed. And that's all you can really ask for.
There is no failure in failing.
Yes, there's failure. She broke her tibia or whatever the hell it was.
That's not her fault. That's the fault of the ground.
Let's see. Elon Musk has announced a shift in SpaceX's focus from Mars to building a self-sustaining human settlement on the moon. Musk believes that establishing a moon city is more achievable in less than 10 years compared to Mars, which would take over 20 years. The practical advantages of the moon include more frequent launch opportunities and shorter travel times.
Will there be free laundry, maybe some like a pool?
I don't know how the amenities are. Despite the change, Musk emphasized that Mars remains on the agenda with plans to start building a Mars city in 5 to 7 years. The core mission of SpaceX remains extending life to the stars, with the moon now taking precedence.
Yeah, I don't really know if hanging out on the moon is such a really great idea. I mean, what are you gonna? Is there gonna be like walk-up bar service? What about housekeeping? Is there gonna be housekeeping?
Maybe. I don't know.
Like a Hilton Rewards? Can I use my Hilton Rewards points?
I think
stay a weekend or so with the.
I think the moon. The moon at this point is more of a Best Western.
I would think that the cost of getting to the moon would put you at least in a Hilton.
And I don't know how you walk on all that cheese. You know, it's made of cheese.
Cheese boots.
Is that how you get
gravity cheese boots?
Cheese shoes. Let's see. Goat, the latest PG-rated animated film from Sony Pictures Animation, has received mostly positive reviews following its debut.
I believe that's pronounced debut.
Sure. Directed by Tyree Dillahay, the movie tells the story of a determined young goat named Will who dreams of playing professional roarball, a full-contact co-ed sport. Critics have praised the high-energy sports action and vibrant animation, with some highlighting the film's charm and visual appeal, while some reviewers noted drawbacks such as a predictable script. Overall, audience reactions on Rotten Tomatoes have been favorable, with viewers appreciating the film's entertainment value and inclusivity.
Now, this was based on a real story, right?
Yes, a documentary about a goat who tries to get into a team.
Huh, I'll be damned.
Kim Kardashian shared some Instagram pics of herself posing in a bright orange thong and sports bra from her Skims collection, where her famous butt looks toned and fit, but maybe a little smaller. So some are speculating that she may have underwent a Brazilian butt lift.
Really? She must have had something to say.
Oh my God, the last time my butt had a procedure done was when Ray J took his bum chuck fudge nudging and earned a brown belt in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but we once ordered from the international menu. For the first course, we started with some Eastern European and had the Bulgarian spoulash. Then your mother ordered from the Asian menu, and she had some chow samdang.
What else did she have?
Finally, it was time for the meat and potatoes, the American menu, and we had a good old-fashioned pump roast.
A pump roast?
That's bone-in, by the way. And it arrives with a thick shot of horsey sauce. Just call me Trigger.
Okay, Trigger.
Gives a whole new meaning to Bon Appetit. Your mother. And that's your Hollywood treasure. I'm going to do it. Ah!
This Valentine's week.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch.
Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, you wouldn't know to look at me despite my rugged, masculine frame and profoundly dynamic good looks. I've always tried to live my life in a pain-free, bullet-resistant manner. In times of gunplay, I'm not one to boldly step in front of the bullet for the purpose of protecting others. When guns are drawn, you shifty bastards are on your own. Sadly, not everybody feels this way, and that's when people begin to regret their choices. For example, New England Patriots 2023 draft pick Keon White, currently the defensive end for the San Francisco 49ers, underwent surgery yesterday after being shot in the ankle early Monday morning. Keon was shot at approximately 4:06 a.m. in the streets of Santa Clara, California, not far from where his former team is getting smoked by the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. According to reports, Keon was attending the game but found himself getting shot hours later. By all accounts, he sustained non-life-threatening injuries from the gunshot wound, and after successful surgery, he is expected to fully recover and resume playing football. Now, obviously, that's the good news. However, it's always been my belief that there are very few good things that happen on a Monday morning at 4:06 a.m. How do I know? Because that's the approximate time I get to work every single day, and nothing very good has ever come from that. Especially true if you haven't been to bed yet or still out carousing from the night before. This is where people get in trouble. When the drunk and sleepy are out in the town well past their bedtime, well past last call, that's when you can most expect somebody to shoot your ankles off. And as a fully licensed broadcast professional, that's where I draw the line. So take my advice. Next time you're up at 4:06 a.m. and have an itch to do something, don't. Not unless you want someone shooting bullets at your ankles, which I cannot recommend. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Elliot's been with Rocky's for over 10 years. That's a damn good long time. And now he's the store manager of the Island Pond Rockies. Congratulations, Elliot. You're doing good work. Good people like Elliot and rock-solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield.
Classic Rock at 612, and Tom Petty, the great Tom Petty on Rock 102.
Thank you so much for playing that. I'm like, I hope he plays a Tom Petty song after that view from the couch.
Well, you stepped out of the room for a minute. I thought the least I can do is, why not do something nice for Steve on a Tuesday morning?
Let's do something nice. This is Giving Tuesday, every Tuesday here at Rock 102.
I try to treat this show like it's Christmas every morning.
I thought there's my drunk dad under the tree.
There you go.
Snow today, 1 to 3 inches, high of 32. It's 17 right now in downtown Springfield. I gotta give a big shout out to our IT guy Derek.
Derek, what Derek do?
And our engineer Josh, who I went over to visit the new facility yesterday.
Yeah.
And I go in there's that room where they have all the high-tech stuff that they're, that they put all that stuff in. And it's like they're in it's not the beginning stages. It's like they're in a stage. I don't know what stage they're in, but they had all the wires, like the bunch of wires. It's probably like 2 miles worth of wires if you probably unraveled it all. And there must have been like 100 of these like little nubs coming out. And I'm like, do you even know what those go to? And then Josh was like, yeah, there's a map right here. He had a map.
To get the whole schematic worked out.
I give people so much credit for being able to have those kind of brains where you can do that. There's no way I would ever be able to do that. I have no... I know how to unplug and plug in the computer when they tell me to do so, but I don't know, like, to map all that stuff out. You're talking the whole computer system for the office. You're talking, linking up to, the home office and all that stuff.
But, this is the difference between guys like that and guys like us. Yesterday, 2 days ago, I asked Derek if he had some Ethernet cables.
Yeah.
Because the Wi-Fi in my house sucks, and every time I do a Zoom call, it's a little unstable. So someone suggested, why don't you get an Ethernet cable and run it from your modem to your computer? I'm like, why didn't I think of that? That's one thing I didn't think of. So yesterday I decided to test it out. So I put the Ethernet cable in the modem, strung, and it's a 50-foot cable, strung it all the way to the next room where I record all the podcasts and stuff. It took me almost like 3 hours to figure out how to do that. These guys have got to get everything done in like 2 weeks.
How did it take you 3 hours to figure out that the male end goes into the female end and on one side in the modem, and the male end of the feed goes in the female end of the side of the computer?
What's with all the questions?
It's a simple hookup. This is what I'm talking about. I can do the simple stuff. If you told me, if he called and said, "Hey, Steve, I need you to go around. I need you to pull that Ethernet cable out and then plug it back in," I can do that.
See, I'm going to need to have someone hold my hand with that. 'Cause that's very complicated business.
Because I've been on the phone with them before, like them walking me through, like an emergency situation. And it's like talking to a spirit guide in the woods. Like, what do I do here? All right, and then they like, can you see that level? Can you see that little blinky thing with it? And they talk to you in layman's terms. So you can understand what you're talking about.
This is why these guys are great, because we've had situations in the past where you're speaking English to an engineer, but it's not sounding like any language that you are remotely familiar with. Like they're speaking in such technical terms.
I heard the question. I just don't understand all the gobbledygook that you did behind it.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. At least these guys are dumbing it down because they think they realize they're dealing with morons.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to. You have to be a little. You have to give a little grace and say, these people are kind of stupid. Let's make sure that they understand what we're talking about.
Just to give you an idea, you folks at home or in the car or wherever the hell you're listening to this stupid show, to give you an idea of what we're talking about here with this big, giant bundle of cables, each one of these cables goes into a different doohickey.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean to get too technical on you, but each one goes into a different doohickey. And they've got a map, they got a schematic like you mentioned, but a lot of these cables are also tagged with, like, specifically where they go. I know me. If I get like a whole ring of keys and I'm looking to open up a door, I sometimes have to go through every single key to make sure I got the right one.
And it's usually the last one.
Yeah, if you apply that same kind of thing to the kind of engineering mastery that these guys have to do in the next couple of weeks, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Because even if it's tagged, I'm jamming these cords into these plugs like with a hammer. I'm using I'm shoving them in even if they don't fit. That's how I would engineer this place.
Yeah. Well,
and I look at these guys and I'm frankly in awe because I couldn't do that in a million years.
I couldn't either, and that's why I give them so much credit for doing what they do. I'm just a dummy. I can't figure it out.
And they do it. Here's the crazy part. With smiles on their faces.
I know. Sometimes
that is something
they do.
Disturbing. Well, our IT guy that smile never leaves his damn face. I don't know what.
Which makes you think there's a little something dark about the guy, don't you?
I don't know what he does in his spare time. I don't know what Derek is all about when he leaves this place. But I gotta believe when I come to work, I'm not smiling every day.
Yeah, we're gonna find out something down the road.
I don't know.
That guy.
I think his biggest problem is he's a decent human being. We've never had one
I know.
of those
How does
here.
that happen in radio? How do we hire somebody like that?
I have no idea, but I'll be damned if we ever do that. Make that same mistake twice.
Either way, today is the day. If you've won a prize, you need to go over to the new office to pick that up. You can no longer come here to 45 Fisher Avenue because there ain't no more prizes here.
You think
It's
about
like a ghost town.
people have been prize pigs for 30, 40 years. Have been coming here every 30 days to pick up their prize that they just won on Rock 102 or our sister station. What's it called? And they're going to come here expecting to get the fulfillment of their prize and be woefully disappointed that they're going to have to drive at least a mile and a half out of their way to get it.
It's 6 minutes. I timed it yesterday from here.
How fast are you going?
The normal speed, whatever the speed limit is, 30 on Westwood, and then you get to 35 on, what's that cross one, Maple Street, and then then you have to go slow going through that Converse Street intersection anyway. So it's 6 minutes. It was a 6-minute drive.
Well, money just banged down North Main Street. Hang a left on Dwight Road. Boom, you're practically there.
I guess you could do that, but isn't this easier?
I don't really know what the easiest route is. I think it's kind of,
Well, it doesn't matter now.
No.
I mean, it won't. It's only going to matter for like another. If you have to go over there at some point, it's the only time. We're going to be going there in 2 weeks, like full time.
That's what they tell us.
Well, that's what they said. Don't you believe them when they tell you something?
I've heard a lot of promises over the years, Steve. My work anniversary is about a month away. I've heard one promise after another, and most of them were all broken. But we'll see. Either way, if you get a prize, the new joint, 167 Dwight Road, Suite 301 in Long Meadow.
I was over there marking my territory, especially in the break room yesterday.
What you doing in the break room?
I was pretending like I was at home, so I had my kids come in and throw some, yogurt cups down and, drinking apple juice bottles.
Shoving goldfish crackers in between the cushions.
Oh yeah. I have to make it feel like it's my space.
Right.
So
right now, our space is loaded with every chair in the building, but that's they'll clear that out.
That's your space. That's not my space.
It's our space.
No,
we both hang out.
That's your office. That's not my office.
It says both our names on it.
Yeah, but it's all yours. I don't need an office. I already expressed this. I don't. I do all my work in here.
Steve.
I haven't had an office in 20 years.
And now is your chance.
I don't need one.
Don't speak another word.
No, seriously, I don't need one.
Well, I need one. I need to spread out. I got a lot of important things. I'm putting a hot tub. I'm putting a foosball table in there.
Listen, that you have earned that over the years. You've always had an office.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really had an office. I have this little booth back here, but I don't really need. The only thing I need is that computer to record the show and upload the podcast.
Yeah,
I don't.
You should have that at your desktop.
No, because that doesn't even make sense to have that computer there. The computer that computer should be in the studio.
I hear a lot of words, but the more I'm hearing nonsense. Let me tell you something.
You should be happy you're getting an entire office to yourself. That's all yours. You don't even have to share it with anybody.
And I'm telling you, you keep that under wraps, Steve, so that we can both enjoy the space.
I don't need to enjoy the space. I told you I don't need that.
I think you're completely missing my point.
You know what?
I'm trying to be very, very.
You know what I asked for, and we finally got?
What?
A clean air facility. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah, but Steve, sometimes it's just.
By the way, have you sat in that office?
Have I sat at it?
Have you sat down at the desk?
No, because there are a million chairs in the way.
What about, have you been in there where other people were in their other offices?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know you can hear every single word?
Oh, it's
because
paper thin.
There are no walls. The walls are just partitions, and then you got the drop-down ceiling. I could hear every word that the sales manager was saying to his closed-door office yesterday. That's not even appealing to me.
If it's any consolation, I've talked to that guy since he was 18 years old. Nothing really important comes out of his mouth. So it's really okay.
Yeah, I saw that guy at a party once when I was 22.
Yeah. It's 6:23 on Rock 102.
John Hazen here. When Hawaii's Kilauea volcano erupted in
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:28. And Pat Benatar, Rock 102.
Let's see. Liam has the full forecast for you.
We will have tickets to give away a little bit later on for the Marshall Mania show with Unforgettable Fire. We'll give you all the details about that coming to the Log Cabin on March 7th. And again, a new place for you to pick up tickets starting today.
Very cool.
Okay.
What's the address again?
167 Dwight Road, Suite 301, Longmeadow.
What's the zip code? See, I've been 01028 all along, and now I got to remember. Do you know what the zip code for Longmeadow is?
01106.
01108, 01109.
I don't know. I got to learn that one.
Longmeadow, Mass. Zip code.
It is 01106.
01106. Man, I have to learn that all over again.
I know. This is going to be tough.
But the phone numbers are still the same.
Go figure
weird.
That. How do you work that out?
I don't know. Maybe we have a deal going with New England Telephone. You think
with Ma Bell, right? That's what we got? Yeah.
You ready to laugh?
Sure.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you,
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
A man is nervously pacing the hospital corridor next to the operating room.
Okay.
An hour goes by, then 2, then 3. Finally, the operating room door opens and a surgeon comes out with a mournful expression on his face. He says to the man, "I have some bad news for you. Your mother," and the man interrupts, "That's not my mother. That's my mother-in-law." And the surgeon goes, "Well, I have some good news for you." You see? It's funny, Bax, because the guy, he thought it was his mom, and then he realized his mother-in-law. He's like, "Oh, hey, this guy wouldn't care if she was dead or not."
Yeah, that is funny.
It's so much funnier when you have to explain it, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
Here's your Western Mass News First Alert Forecast.
102, it's time for news brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Shop at Jordan's Furniture now. It can all be free. Find out now at jordans.com. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The state is seeking criminal charges against 3 full-time instructors and their supervisor at the Mass State Police Academy's Defensive Tactics Unit in connection to the September 24 death of recruit Enrique Delgado Garcia. David Meyer, the attorney tapped by the Attorney General Andrea Campbell to independently and impartially examine the case, announced Monday that evidence presented to a special grand jury supports charges of involuntary manslaughter and causing serious bodily injury to a person participating in a training program against the 4 people. The 4 individuals charged are Sergeant Jennifer Penton, Trooper Edwin Rodriguez, Trooper David Montanez, and Trooper Casey Lamonti. Penton will also face a perjury charge. Meyer announced at a press conference Monday that a special statewide grand jury had returned indictments against the 4 Mass State Police officials. Meyer said those members of the Academy staff committed a series of wanton and reckless acts in connection with various defensive tactics and physical confrontation training exercises conducted at the Academy in the days and weeks before Delgado Garcia's death. Those acts resulted in Enrique Delgado Garcia suffering concussion-like symptoms as the result of an unauthorized, unapproved, and unsupervised boxing-related sparring exercise that occurred during the Academy training activities. His death and subsequent reports about alleged hazing and intense conditions at the training academy prompted renewed scrutiny of the Mass State Police, which has been rocked by a series of controversies in recent years. Superintendent Colonel Jeffrey Noble, who took over atop the department weeks after Delgado Garcia's death, has said he would review the agency's training model. Governor Maura Healey also said she would order Noble to review academy training and policy practices to ensure they best serve the men and women of the state police. Well, there you have it.
So, I mean, have they been doing this thing forever?
You know, I mean...
Or is this like one of those new, hey, I got a really cool idea I want to try?
It's like the military. I mean, if you go in the military, you know, as much as they say they don't do certain activities, they tend to do certain activities. But as... I mean, it's a fine line to walk. Obviously, you don't want to see anybody die. You don't want to see anybody, you know, have an outcome like this.
No, of course
not. How often does it happen? Like you were just asking, I don't know. I don't know how long it happens.
See, what I'm asking is that, you know, if it's part of the regular training, then you have to wonder, well, is this a safe thing to do? If this is one of those hazing situations, then it should absolutely not be a part of the process.
But that's what I think is what they're inferring, is that it is a hazing incident versus the actual training that they're supposed to be doing. But how are you supposed to mix with your brethren when you don't have a good hazing incident?
I mean, shouldn't they be spending more time on like how to count extra overtime or?
That's day 2.
You know
they do that on day 2.
You know how to jailbreak someone's cell phone to see if there's any pictures of leaky balloon knots. I mean, isn't that the important stuff in state policing?
Yes, and there's an English class to pronounce it with a Boston accent. Leaky balloon knot. LBK.
We got an LBK here at the 411.
Around 30 vehicles were damaged on Saturday while driving on I-91 near mile marker 9 in western Massachusetts. Massachusetts State Police confirm is I-91 anywhere else other than western Massachusetts?
Well, I mean, it's also in Connecticut, too.
Yeah, but I mean, you could just say in Massachusetts.
Probably.
You don't need to specify, whatever. Massachusetts State Police confirmed on Saturday it was helping several disabled motorists in the breakdown lane. On Monday, officials stated Mass State Police help trucks and other various tow trucks helped around 30 vehicles. The DOT responded to the scene to assist and determine if an object or debris in the roadway may have caused the issue. By Monday, Mass DOT had confirmed the issues were caused by a bridge joint sticking up on the bridge carrying I-91 over the Connecticut River. Well, that's not concerning at all.
Do we know what this debris was?
Yeah, it was a joint. It was a joint sticking out of the bridge.
A joint.
Yeah, I made a video about this yesterday. You see this is why we need to have cannabis reform. Do you see what one joint did to 30 vehicles? Imagine what it can do to a child's brain. This is why we need to stop the legalization of cannabis in this state.
Are we sure it's the same kind of joint? It couldn't be like a mechanical joint that
they
fell.
They didn't specify. They just said joint sticking up on the bridge.
Yeah, see,
I don't even know how. It's a pretty tough joint for it to sustain tire damage to 30 vehicles.
I mean,
but it did.
If you're driving 55 miles an hour, 65, even 40 on a cold, wintry day, you really going to slow down in the middle and grab a marijuana cigarette off the ground?
Well,
I don't think so.
Depends on how desperate you are.
That's why I'm thinking it's a different kind of joint.
You know, if
I left my joint in the highway, there'd be some real problems and a lot of questions to answer.
If a local dispensary was smart, they'd come out with a strain called High 91. This was the joint that was found in the bridge. It'll wreck you so much, you'll feel like you've destroyed 30 tires on the bridge.
Do you realize that every dispensary in the listing area just said High 91?
High 91.
Why didn't we think of that?
Yeah, get wrecked. That's what it should be.
How come we named our dispensary something stupid and Steve Nagle says High 91?
I know.
It's not like it's going to be a copyright infringement.
No.
You know, Interstate 91 never had to pay anybody for that name.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have copyrighted it first before I shared the thing. But you know what? It's open for the taking now. High 91.
Get yourself to the courthouse and deal with that toot sweet. Before there are problems.
Yeah, get wrecked on High 91.
I love that idea.
And then you can go to Interstate 91.
While
you're high.
I don't think they had to pay any kind of recompense for that name.
Well, I mean, you get high on High 91, then go to Interstate 91,
right,
where you can have your snacks. I believe they sell hot dogs and French fries there. And they have disco nights, with all the lights going on. It's a perfect night out.
And you could almost recreate the entire thing in your dispensary.
That's right. A former customer has taken over Ooh La La lingerie shop in Northampton and plans to diversify the sizing and price range. In a news release from Thorne's Marketplace, the original owner of the 3-year-old business, Allie Ingillis, sold the business due to a recent promotion at Mount Holyoke College. Monica Fogg of Shutesbury bought the retail shop on December 10th. It officially changed hands on January 1st. Fogg has 17 years of experience working in sales and marketing and plans to diversify the sizing and price range as well as broaden the product shape to create a safe space for people of all sizes, body types, and genders. Just in time for Valentine's Day, Ooh La La has collaborated with Provisions for a free event, Bubbles and Braziers. On Thursday, February 12th from 3 to 5 p.m. You can do that and then come to a $20 dinner and a comedy show.
That's right. Well, you know about your cup sizes, right?
Yeah, I know about the cup sizes.
Get your A cup. Get your B cup. You got the C, D cup. That's your biggest.
The event invites customers to explore lace, silk, velour, and velvet lingerie along with a wine tasting.
You know what? Can I just say, as someone who has spent much of his life with some slight weight issues, I applaud them for diversifying the size range because there's a lot of times when you need your unmentionables and they just don't have the right size. And when a big giant dude is trying to squeeze into some underpants that are ill-sized, I got to tell you, it ain't comfortable. And I have to believe that the customers that go to this bra and underwear shop, this intimate apparel shop, also feel the same way. Women, I don't know how you do it.
Well,
I don't know how you do it. You would think that the whole world is a size 10. Please, that's not true. Some ladies, big, beautiful, bountiful women, have a hard time getting sized. I think that this should be applauded.
To help customers, additional events will be coming soon, such as a boys' night. That means two things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's a tender business and a tender experience to hold somebody coming into a space where a lot of times people are really anxious and coming to peace with judgments about their bodies. I will enjoy helping them feel like their best, their sexiest, regardless of size, body type, and gender.
Harumph.
Ooh
Good
la
idea.
la is located on the lower level of Thorne's Marketplace. Ooh la la. Who wants the lingerie?
Listen, I have been to Northampton, and there are people of all shapes and sizes in that city. I think this is a very good thing for the city. Not that it's controversial, but I applaud them for their for the diversity.
It's not controversial. It's just another business, like any other business.
Yeah, but there'll be some people that'll snicker and say, "Oh, it's for fat people." No, it's for people that have a little bit of a condition.
Well, it's not just for large people.
It's for all
It's for
people.
all sizes.
It is like the rainbow connection of intimates.
Yes, it is the rainbow connection of intimates and the unmentionables.
That's why I've barely mentioned it.
Yeah, I'm all about. Maybe I'll have to head up there, see if I can get a couple of braziers, maybe some teddies.
Sure.
Maybe some camisoles.
All in your size.
About some of them the crotchless panties. We could get some of those too. What about some of them edible underwear, like the fruit roll-ups? Can we get some of that too?
Yeah, sure we could. Why not?
Why not? Well, I mean, at least business is still booming. A lot of these businesses are closing.
I know.
So, this is a good thing when you see somebody continuing something like that. I was just reading this other article here about the real estate business. Supposed to be looking pretty damn good this year in the western Massachusetts.
I'll tell you what. You look at house prices right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, I realize that if houses are expensive, but it also means that your house is overpriced too. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking to buy and move up,
you can't really do that.
What are you talking about?
Just because your house, like I say, if you went and sold your house, it's worth a lot of money now because of this housing boom. But where are you going to find something affordable to move into?
It's all about scale, Steve. If I let's say I bought a house 10 years ago for $200,000 and now it's worth for $350,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, after 10 years, I'd like to think they paid down some of the principal of my mortgage. I could use that money to upgrade into something nicer. Now, that may be a $400,000 or $500,000 house, but again, it's about scale. Now I have built up money in equity that I can now apply to an upgrade in my house. So that's how this whole thing operates. Yeah, because you said, hey, I'm going to get my first starter home, a $500,000 house. Well, unless you're loaded, that ain't never going to happen. You gotta buy in, trade up, and then use that money to apply to another house. That's how this whole thing works.
Yeah. Well, why don't I just sit on the gold mine I'm sitting on then?
Well, you could do that too.
Yeah.
With the understanding and belief that maybe the value of that house will rise over years.
Listen,
and then at some point when you do decide to sell, because you probably will, that property and the home will be much more valuable.
I'm really more excited about the fact that there will be more dating profiles on front lawns of people's homes with all these chicks with their numbers on it.
Those are not dating profiles, Steve. Those are marketing. Marketing tools.
No. I've clicked on some of these links. They show you everything.
Steve, they're trying to sell a house.
I know. They're trying to show you that there's water damage in the basement from the previous owner.
Well, there has to be some disclosures, but you also want to see, what kind of space there is. There's enough room for activities.
That's what I'm talking about.
What kind of bedrooms? Exactly how many bathrooms are we looking at? Also, space and dimension of the land involved. Some cities and towns, you can get extra land.
You can tell how many times that person has changed hands over the years.
Well, sometimes
property records.
That is true.
But yeah,
But it is not a come on, Steve.
It's not like a match Tinder thing where you call up the number with that hot chick on the sign outside. Oh, look how I'm a $10 million seller.
Listen,
Ooh, I bet you are.
You can fall in love with the house. You're not there to fall in love with the realtor.
You don't think they throw on a little? They lay it on a little thick when they're trying to sell you that house.
Yeah, but that's about salesmanship. That's not about trying to meet available dudes.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you're a handsome fella.
Well, Steve, if that'll provoke an offer on the house, then doggone it, it's worth it.
That's right. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be it's going to be cloudy with some snow showers this afternoon, 1 to 3 inches possible. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 37. It is 17 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah. Money talk! Yeah!
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 6:53, and AC/DC with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Could see some snow today with a high of 32. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 37. And Sunday will be, actually Monday is, Tuesday?
Yeah.
49.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Really?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting out of our own way.
Hey, Pat Kelly and the road crew are going to be at the Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor show on the Eastern States Exposition this Friday from 2 to 4. Whether you're looking for your next RV, shopping for camping accessories, looking for a brand new campground, or other outdoor experiences, the show's got something for everybody. It's actually a really, really cool show at the Big E. Pat Kelly will be there for your chance to win some pretty cool prizes. That's this Friday, 2 to 4, at the Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor show at the Big E with Pat Kelly and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Do you buy the wife Valentine's Day stuff?
Our anniversary is 2 days after Valentine's Day.
I know, it's like a kid having a birthday on Christmas.
So we kind of combine it all, and to be honest, if we really want something that bad, we usually just go ahead and get it. So it's just we just spend the time together.
But you don't do the whole flowers thing or anything like that.
No.
Well, for many people out there, they do that kind of thing.
I know they do.
Valentine's Day is coming. That means two things.
Yeah, I know.
And you can do better than a box of chocolates you grab for cheap at the grocery store. From high-end stores in Boston to hidden gems out west, Massachusetts is filled with amazing chocolate shops. Ordering online this close to Valentine's Day can be dicey, so if you're in the market for something sweet that'll blow someone away, there's probably an awesome spot close to you. And then they list 14 spots where you can get chocolate. Shrewsbury, Walpole, Brookline, Chelmsford, Newton Highlands. This is on Mass Live, by the way.
Yeah.
Wayland, Lenox. Okay, we're getting a little bit closer. Deerfield. Okay. Sudbury. All local places.
When the hell am I going to get a chance to go all the way out to Sudbury to buy a box of chocolates?
Beverly, Worcester, Mansfield. Oh, Northampton, fire-type chocolate. There's one, between Deerfield, Northampton, and Lenox. Those are your three local places that they have listed in the 14 awesome places to get chocolate.
There is Maureen's Sweet Shop here in East Longmeadow. That's like right down the street. You could go there. Why would I go all the way out to Chelmsford?
Because it's not on the Mass Live list. If it's not on the Mass Live list, what's the name of the place?
Maureen's.
Maureen.
Right down the street.
Maureen may need to step it up a notch.
I don't think she needs to step it up a notch. I think Mass Live needs to open up their eyes and realize, hey, it's in them chocolatiers right down the street.
Well, I don't know who this Maureen is, but if she doesn't get her act together, she's never going to be on this list.
Come on now. She's got plenty of stuff. She's got chocolate hot sticks, giant decorated marshmallows. She's got truffles. Nobody knows the truffles she's seen.
Oh, I see what you did there. You played is that a double entendre?
No.
It means two things?
Not
or
really.
Does that mean, what is that, a play on words?
It's a play on words. It's a double entendre would suggest there's something sexual about it. And
I'm taking this.
She's got nice truffles, but I mean, come on, let's be realistic here.
I'm taking this new English class. Learning all these things.
Listen, I know that Mass Live is trying to help, but if you're sending me like an hour or more out of my way for chocolates when there's a place that's 3 miles up the road, you're not helping me at all. And you know what? There's other chocolate and candy confection shops all over the place.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you the most overrated thing that's going on right now is this Dubai chocolate. What a absolute ripoff. I can't believe they're selling like $20 candy bars.
Yeah.
It'd be like the king size candy bar for $20 at a gas station. Well, it's got to be top notch if it's sitting on the counter at the Circle K. Am I right? I'll have 1 bar of this and your finest bottle of Riunite, sir.
And while you're at it, why don't you grab a dozen of those individually packed roses from my honey, because she's going to be treated well tonight.
How about some of them prophylactics? A Slim Jim? A Dubai chocolate?
And while you're at it, one of those packets of Nerds.
And a box of Lambrusco.
Wow, man. What a makeout master you turned out to be.
Do they make Lambrusco in a box?
No, but I believe they distill it in a cardboard box.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. It's just about 6:59 at Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Hey, here's something to think about while you're freezing your ass off and licking your wounds from that grisly and humiliating collapse by the Patriots of the Super Bowl. Pitchers and catchers for the Red Sox are scheduled to report today in Fort Myers, Florida. Isn't that exciting? Half the streets in Springfield still covered with snow and more is on the way. You got ice dams building up in your roof and causing thousands of dollars of extensive damage. But at least the Red Sox will be enjoying a nice 77-degree day to kick off spring training. Now, before you start accusing the Red Sox of being a do-nothing franchise incapable of outbidding or outmaneuvering other teams for top-notch players, consider this latest development. Just weeks after losing third baseman Alex Bregman to the Chicago Cubs, the Red Sox completed a 6-player deal yesterday with Milwaukee that lands them 25-year-old third baseman Caleb Durbin, the second runner-up in last year's Rookie of the Year race. In exchange, the Sox gave up left-handers Kyle Harrison and Shane Drohan, also gave up infielder David Hamilton as well. Also in the deal, the Red Sox hit infielder Andrew Monasterio, utility player Anthony Siegler, and a competitive balance round B pick in this year's draft. What the hell does that mean? Don't worry about it, because you see, Caleb Durbin is a hard-hitting young fella who had 11 home runs, 25 doubles, 28 stolen bases, knocked in 53 RBI, all good for a slugging percentage of .387. How does that stack up against Alex Bregman? Again, don't ask questions. Just know that he's better than what they had before yesterday's trade, which was a big fat bag of jack squat. Is it the blockbuster trade that puts the Red Sox on top of the division? No. Is it the kind of trade that gets people to shut up about being outbid by the Chicago Cubs for Alex Bregman? Again, what's with all the questions? Let's just say, let's hope so, and let it go at that. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Hey, you got a plumbing or electrical problem? You need to see Robbie at the East Longmeadow Rockies. Robbie was practically born in a hardware store. He knows the stuff about almost any home repair. Good people like Robbie and rock-solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 7-Eleven. Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
I used to love that store with the big gulps. 7-Elevens.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
That's good stuff.
It's going to snow today, 1 to 3 inches possible throughout the Pioneer Valley, high of 32. It's 18 in downtown Springfield. Are you ready for another round of Am I the A-Hole?
Yes.
Yes, but are you ready for the segment, Bax?
Yes.
Number 1, am I the a-hole for refusing to take any blame when my mom, my sister, and my brother-in-law got high off my brownies? We live in Canada where THC is legal, so don't clutch your pearls too hard. I wasn't clutching anything. I like getting high. No shame in it. I don't drink and I don't smoke. I get oil and I use it in my baking. My brownies were in my room, in my closet, under a pile of folded sweaters. Ugh.
Who leaves brownies under your laundry?
The people making pot brownies who want to hide them from everybody else.
Oh, my God.
The reason for that is my mom was visiting. Normally, they would just be in the pantry. I went out with friends and invited my mom along. She said she would visit Kathy instead. Coolio, no problem with that. I went out to dinner and a movie with friends. When I got home, I found out my mom decided to invite my sister to my house instead of going over there. The reason I know this is because they were all on my couch, not moving and barely blinking. They were also watching some Korean TV show on Netflix without subtitles. This is only odd because we are originally from Uruguay, not much crossover in the language. My brownie tray was also on my coffee table. I made them all drink water, threw a blanket over them, and went to sleep. This morning, they lost their S on me, that I'm irresponsible for having that around where anyone could get it, that I should have called an ambulance or something, that I ruined their virgin cannabinoidal receptors. I'll admit that this last one is what I imagine they were trying to say while they were still high and incoherent. I refuse to take any responsibility for this. I did nothing wrong, so am I the a-hole? If you hid them...
Yeah, then they were searching them out. Listen, if you got a bunch of brownies under a stack of sweaters or underpants,
yeah,
most people shouldn't be eating those things.
Right.
If it's left out on the countertop...
That's a different story.
Yeah.
Especially when nobody said, hey, these are pot brownies. And they were left out. But they weren't left out. They were under a pile. First of all, a pile of sweaters in your room doesn't really sound like appetizing brownies to me anyway. Like, did the sister go in the room and go, oh, I bet she's got some of them brownies under the pile of dirty sweaters over there. It smells like B.O.
Why are these brownies underneath all these socks?
Yeah, you want some B.O. brownies? These sure taste good.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think the a-holes here are this dude's family.
I don't know, man.
Because they were snooping around. They're guests.
They had to have. It's a complete invasion of privacy.
It's a total invasion of privacy. Plus... now you've eaten all the guy's pot brownies.
And now it's your fault for we got high off your brownies.
You got no one to blame but yourselves.
It must have been some pretty good brownies, though.
The problem is, how much of the brownie do you eat? Now, you're not supposed to ingest like a whole pan of brownies that are like loaded with weed, right?
Right.
No matter how delicious they may be.
Right.
Let's say I'm like really, really hungry and the only thing that's going to help me get this craving is not one, but maybe 6 brownies.
My mother, God rest her soul, right?
Yes.
She, when cannabis became legal here in Massachusetts, she said, now I can finally try it. She was one of those people who would never try marijuana prior to it being any kind of legalized thing.
Right.
So we gave her my sister and I gave her a 5 milligram gummy, right?
Okay.
And within an hour, she's like sitting on the couch looking at the dog going, stop looking at me like that, Wally. As if the dog was giving her some weird look to a 75-year-old lady.
Knowing your mom,
yeah.
I actually find the whole concept, the whole visual of your mom getting loaded, you getting all baked, and talking to the dog.
Yeah, she enjoyed it.
Really funny.
She enjoyed it. She was a willing participant.
Yeah.
I'm glad she got to try it before the stroke and the dementia started really kicking in.
Right.
She got to enjoy the high. She never wanted another one though. After that, I think it was a little too much for her. Even 5 milligrams.
Well,
somebody who's never taken one
you break
before.
it in half. You work your way up to that kind of thing.
Oh no, we go Colt 45 and 2 zigzags in the Nagle home. Number two. Am I the a-hole for leaving wife at home after she revealed she was going to wear white to my brother's wedding? So my wife and brother's wife don't get along.
Oh,
you
boy.
don't say,
Jeez.
huh? My wife has a bit of a temper, but my sister-in-law ain't no saint as well. However, I was never going to let my wife pull something at the wedding which she tried to wear a white dress. I explicitly told her not to even think about it. She did it once, no doubt she'd do it again. She can be that petty. She said she wouldn't stoop to her sister-in-law's level and do it, although she was mad and I was just a guest at my brother's wedding and urged me to not let it slide. I told her that even if she tried to wear white and I wouldn't let her go through with it, she bought a black dress and said she'd wear that at the wedding, and I believed her. As we're preparing to go, she comes downstairs in a white dress. I lost it, and I said, "What's wrong with you?" She said I wouldn't understand and I shouldn't involve myself in women's disagreements. I just told her to stop and change, or I wouldn't be taking her with me. She argued about returning the black dress because it was too tight, which was true, but I'm sure this was a deliberate move on her part. She tried to get me to let it go as we were late for the wedding, but I insisted she change. I told her she was ruining this for my brother, not just for my sister-in-law. She refused. I called her petty, then left. I went without her, and although everyone was asking about her, they understood why she didn't come. They assumed it's because of her beef with the sister-in-law. I found about 11 texts all containing choice words directed at me. She went to stay with her sister, who got herself involved and called me and my toxic family abusive. Mom heard the S show again. Thankfully, brother and sister-in-law don't know what's going on, although Mom says they deserve to know what type of person my wife is. Now I'm stuck between family and my wife, who refuses to come, saying I need to make it right, whatever it means.
Sounds like you married a very, very petty woman.
A Tom Petty woman.
I don't even know about that.
So am I
an American woman?
Stay away
American
from me.
Girl, right.
Stay away from me. No, you're picking up. Although ELO and Tom Petty were in the same band together.
Right, Jeff Lynne.
Jeff Lynne, yeah.
Yeah, right. I kind of find this woman to be like obnoxiously petty. It's not her wedding. She shouldn't make a spectacle of herself. At least it's a wedding.
Or
show some respect. You don't listen. I've been to plenty of weddings where I didn't like the people getting married or one of the people getting married, and I minded my business.
Or even sitting at a table with people at a wedding that you don't want to get along with.
Happens all the time.
I don't know. I think she kind of made the right move here.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Well, first of all, I'm just trying to be a devil's advocate or whatever those people are. She made the right move. I mean, maybe she just didn't even want to go to the wedding. She knew he'd get upset, so she started wearing the white thing anyway. It's a great way to get out of something.
Couldn't she just have said, I don't want to go to the wedding?
That's too easy, Bax. You're making it too ezy on people to do that.
It's just, if you don't want to go, then don't go. Say you got something else to do.
No, you make a big stink about it, especially if you're a narcissistic woman like this wife is. No. It's all about me.
Yes,
it's all about me, and you're not taking care of my needs.
That's right. You're the spectacle in somebody else's very special day.
Thank God I've never met anybody like that in my entire life.
Me neither.
Yeah. Do you want to do one more?
One more. What the heck?
Am I the a-hole for telling my sister I don't have the looks to sleep my way to the top after she called me a DEI hire? I had a traumatic brain injury as a child that left me with some physical impairments as well as slurred speech. My sister has always thought I used my condition to get extra attention from our parents and at school. My sister married her boss. I believe they did everything right. Before anything started, they went to their company HR and she was transferred to a different office. He had no direct control over her employment. I have worked for my dad since I got out of college. It works for me because I didn't have to interview and I can have lunch with the boss sometimes. At work, we have a professional relationship and I don't take advantage. I recently was headhunted by a company my dad does business with. They were impressed with the level of work that was coming out of our shop. I talked to my dad about it and he said he would be sad to see me go, but the next step at his company was his job and he wasn't going anywhere, so I had his blessing. I accepted the job, and my dad threw me a going-away party. All of the employees were invited, and my family and friends. My sister was there with her family. It was a great time, and she decided to pipe up that my accident had helped me get ahead yet again, that I was a DEI hire, and I only got the job because I checked off so many spots on the checklist. I always knew how she felt about Mom and Dad giving me so much of their time after the accident, but they never ignored her. She got extracurriculars. They went to most of her events at school. They helped pay for her best education. I fully acknowledge that there is more parenting, but from my point of view, they did their best. I just didn't realize that she'd still thought that I got special treatment because of my condition. No company that I know of would hire me for the job if I wasn't good at it. They would be throwing away money. I was furious that she would say this in public. If she had said it privately, we could have talked it out, but she wanted public. So I said what I said. Her husband's face went red and she was speechless. Her kids looked confused. I felt bad when I saw my niece's reaction to what I said. My sister and her family left the party. My dad came over and said I should have taken the high road and that she was very sensitive about her relationship. I honestly feel bad about what I said. It wasn't fair and wasn't true. She hasn't called me or accepted any calls from me in over a week, so am I an a-hole?
There's a chance that you may have two a-holes in the family.
Could be. Somebody said if Dad didn't immediately say, "Sister," and react verbally in shock, he lost the opportunity to have it handled in a way he thought it should be handled.
All right, now you got three of them.
The dad, too.
Yes. Yeah, you got a lump in the... I don't know what Mom's doing, but I'm going to guess that she's probably one, too. What you got here is a whole family of a-holes.
I looked up the username. Their last name is a-hole.
Of course
Of course you are the a-holes.
You're a whole family of them.
Yeah, and you're a DEI hire, damn it.
I bet when you have kids, you'll have a bunch of little a-holes walking around the house, too.
Was I a DEI hire?
Oh, my God, look at the time.
Oh, man.
7:23 on Rock 102.
Rock 102 app. Download it and take
It's 7:26 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam will have the full forecast for you.
This week on Baxi's musical podcast, my guest is former Rhino Records executive Harold Bronson. He's got a book out. He's actually released a number of books. His latest one is called Time Has Come Today, Rock and Roll Diaries 1967 to 2007. He's also got an album that is being reissued called Mogan David and His Winos, Savage Young Winos. But the story behind Rhino Records and what Harold did over the course of his career is really very, very interesting. You can hear that interview on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, the Rock 102 app, all brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. By the way, a special bonus episode coming up later this week as
Bonus.
well.
Looking forward to that.
Yes.
The bonus.
Bonus.
Like a gambling bonus?
Nope, not a gambling bonus, but an up-and-coming band that's about to release their first album. They've had a couple of singles out, and I'll give you all the details about that probably tomorrow morning.
You know what I want?
What?
What I really, really want?
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I want a Zig-a-Zig-ah, but I also want a slot machine.
Just like a home slot machine?
Yeah,
or
like an antique one. I saw one the other day when I was out doing my old man thrifting. When I saw that Cock Robin album.
Yeah.
There was a slot machine, a Popeye slot machine.
Ooh.
For $500. A little too pricey. I'm not going to... $100 I'd probably spend on something like that, but it's an antique, so you're not going to get anything for less than $500.
So you hit the jackpot if you get like 3 cans of spinach?
Something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah. I just... I want to have something that has no money in it in my house.
It's just there for amusement only.
I would just put 75 cents in, so when anybody came over, they win the jackpot. All they're getting is 75 cents. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have a slot machine that actually paid out real money, like real money.
You know what else would be nice?
What?
To have Olympic medals that don't break apart.
Yeah, I saw this story. Apparently, they're having a hard time giving out medals that are not fully intact.
Handle with care. That's the message from gold medalist Breezy Johnson at the Winter Olympics after she and other athletes found their medals broke within hours. Olympic organizers are investigating with maximum attention after a spate of medals fell off their ribbons during celebrations on the opening weekends of the Games. Don't jump in them. I was jumping in excitement and it broke, women's downhill ski gold medalist Johnson said after her win on Sunday. I'm sure somebody will fix it. It's not crazy broken. It's just a little broken. Johnson didn't have to wait long for a replacement. By the time she reached the starting hill for Tuesday's combined team event, she said she'd already been given a new one, though it still needs to be engraved. Asked if she got to keep the busted one, she shook her head. They don't let you have multiple of these.
So is it it's just that the ribbon comes off?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like they made it sound like the metal was breaking.
Yeah,
the original art. TV footage broadcast in Germany captured the moment. Biathlete Justice Strelo realized the mixed relay bronze he'd won on Sunday had fallen off the ribbon around his neck and clattered to the floor as he danced along to a song with teammates. His German teammates cheered as Strelo tried without success to reattach the medal before realizing a smaller piece, seemingly the clasp, had broken off and was still on the floor. They spent all this money on these bronze, silver, and gold medals and the ribbons.
Yeah.
But then the clasp in between. You know what? We can get those off Shein or Temu. We probably got a box of 1,000 clasps for your thing. Took like 2 weeks to get there because, it was coming from China.
Well, I mean, like every jewelry store has probably got a goldsmith in it, right?
Yeah,
you can probably get that. I don't know where you get like a bronze medal. How many bronze smiths are there?
Well,
you get a bronze, you're kind of screwed.
Aren't you working with all metals when you're a jeweler?
Well, not all metals. I mean, I'm sure they're valuable metals, sure, but who's buying bronze these days?
I don't know.
I mean,
we should ask the Hanush guy up there and see if he's got.
Listen, Tony does great. Tony Hanush does great work in Hadley. I can tell you for sure. But I mean, does he work in bronze? I mean, what is he? Pre-Renaissance with big hammers and
Hey, you never
fires.
know. How do you know? He's got a forging thing back in the back room back there.
I've never been in the back room. I've only been in the showroom, but I don't know if he's actually forging.
You never smelt the smelt on Route 9 in Hadley? You see the chimney coming up in the back?
I have not seen that. Doesn't mean it's not happening. I've never witnessed it personally.
Yeah, when you have to wait for the black or white smoke, and when the white smoke comes out, a new Hanush has taken over. They pass down the loop.
It's 7:30, right? The College of Jewelers gets together in secret.
That's right. Yeah.
It's 7:31 on Rock 102.
Here's your Western Mass News First Alert.
7:34 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Bond 124 Gastropub in Somers, Connecticut. Open daily. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Nearly 200 workers are being laid off at Smithfield, a longtime business with a location in Springfield. The company's news was shared just last week, and 190 employees will now be out without a job as soon as this April. Smithfield is a dry sausage facility opened in 1936 with locations nationwide. Here in Springfield, you may know them as the sole bacon donor for the world's largest pancake breakfast. Just a month ago, Corando Drive was fined $138,000 by the EPA after violating the Clean Air Act regarding ammonia handling. Smithfield wrote in a statement that explained their Springfield production will be transferred to other Smithfield packaged meats facilities. They say we are providing transition support and discussing options with employees at the Springfield location, including the possibility of applying for other positions within Smithfield. The company will lay off the 190 workers starting on April 10th, and the last worker is due to leave on September 11th. Well, that's kind of an odd day.
That's
all of this according to the Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, known as WARN, which requires employers to provide 60 days written notice before a plant closing or mass layoffs. The company, we already said that. Why do they keep repeating the same lines? The company will lay off 190 workers starting on April 10th.
But how many people will they be laying off?
190. And the last one's due to leave on September 11th.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. All of this is according to the Worker Adjustment and Retraining. Why is it written twice?
Why are you reading it twice?
I don't know, because I'm just reading what they wrote.
I
wonder if AI had anything to do with this.
They have done these kinds of closures before. Mm-hmm. Apparently, they did one in Altoona, Iowa, putting 314 jobs at risk from their ham boning facility.
Ham boning?
Ham boning.
Have you ever ham boned before?
Yeah, I haven't really needed to do that since maybe college.
Yeah, never ham boned since then, huh?
That is correct.
Well, you're missing out.
I try not to ham bone much.
Local flower shops in West Springfield are preparing for a high-volume week as Valentine's Day falls on a Saturday this year. Businesses like DeRocher Florist are bracing for a surge in demand for floral arrangements and holiday gifts through the coming days. The holidays timing on a weekend has prompted local florists to prepare for what they describe as a multi-day event. To manage the expected rush, business owners are urging customers to place their orders in advance to guarantee their preferred selections are available. The flower shop features a variety of gift items beyond traditional floral arrangements. Customers visiting the West Springfield location can find roses, peonies, chocolates, and teddy bears available for the holiday. While shoppers can still pick up items on Valentine's Day itself, staff members are encouraging early orders to ensure they can provide the specific gifts that you order. Heather Sullivan, the owner of De Rochefort, said the Saturday timing of the holiday effectively extends the busy period for the business. She noted that delivery patterns often change when the holiday falls on a weekend, with many customers choosing to send gifts to workplaces earlier in the week. I haven't received my roses from you yet.
From me? Well, I'm probably not going to send you roses this week. I will probably send you roses the following week when the price of flowers goes down 20 to 50%.
You don't bring me flowers.
Anymore.
Oh, I don't know why.
Well, Steve, I don't have the lyrics handy at this point, but I can understand what you're getting at.
It's like one of those things, the markup on a rose.
It's
around Valentine's Day jumps up like 200%.
The value of flowers increase significantly for Valentine's Day, typically by 20 to 50%. Premium arrangements can see markups as high as 100% compared to regular prices.
Damn.
The surge is driven by heightened consumer interest, limited global supply, and increased labor costs. Well, there you go. That's the primary reason why. They're not doing it just to jack you. They're doing it because everybody's buying them, and it's hard to get them.
Supply and demand.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I know, but any other time of the year, you can go to Cumbies and get a whole thing of roses for like $6.
Weren't we talking about that about an hour ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all individually packaged.
You know what? That would be a good idea for a video. I'll go out today and see what I can put together for, let's say I had a Valentine to buy for.
Sure.
I can go to any number of places. Dollar General.
You put together a nice variety of candy.
Military grade Valentine's gifts from the General. The Dollar General.
The off-brand. The off-brands.
Yes. Here you go, maggot. Here's your fake flowers.
And a bag of Zag Nuts.
Actually,
Happy Valentine's Day.
They got the fake Girl Scout cookies over at the DG.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just as good as the regular Girl Scout cookies. And you're not supporting some organization.
Yeah, right.
That does good for the community. You're supporting the military.
Yeah, one that focuses on adorable young children.
Yeah. When you go into a Dollar General, you have to thank those people for their service.
You have to.
It's
it's a paramilitary organization. They're all first responders over there.
Can you imagine?
They're first responders for savings.
I saw somebody pick up one of them shirts from a Savers once. They were stealing military valor. They had a Dollar General shirt on. Oh, yeah? What rank are you? I'm head cashier. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? My dad was in the Springfield Dollar General. He was the head cashier. There's no way you could have been the head cashier. Take off those stripes. You're not a soldier of the Dollar General.
Imagine being dishonorably discharged from the Dollar General.
Yeah. Why don't you go work at the Salvation Army, you freak?
You've been court-martialed.
Yeah.
Give me your keys.
Go where you belong. What other military experience you have? Well, I worked at an Army-Navy store once.
I was also a Weeblo.
Oh, yeah. That was it. That was where it all started, wasn't it? Your whole military career started when you were just a small boy putting together Pinewood Derby vehicles. Just like they used to put Jeeps together in World War II. You put together a Pinewood Derby car. We thank you for your service.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess.
Imagine Rosie the Riveter with a Dollar General T-shirt on. How can I help you?
Yeah, how can I? Yeah. Where's the don't tread on me, folks?
Ask not what your Dollar General can do for you,
but what you can do for your Dollar General. You imagine,
no poor bastard.
Yeah, no poor
ever died saving money at a Dollar General.
Have you ever stuck the hands inside the guts of your fellow employee at a Dollar General? Until you have, I don't think you've lived. You know, the thing is about a Dollar General is there's always stocking of shelves going on.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were in a Dollar General?
In a Dollar General? Probably within, I don't know, 8 or 9 months or so.
We got one in Russell. We call it the Russell Walmart because it's the closest. Because it's the closest thing we have to something like that.
Right.
And by God, good for them for putting something like that. We needed something like that up there. We needed an oasis. And
yes.
They put one in there. But no matter what Dollar General I go to, there's always a U-boat in one of the aisles with items that are not stocked yet. What is that all about?
I don't know. Maybe that's part of their guerrilla warfare over there.
Did you ever experience a coup d'etat at the Dollar General?
No, I have not.
Identical twins are facing trial in France for a gruesome double homicide. However, authorities are stumped over who committed the crime as brothers share identical DNA. Genetic evidence matching both the 33-year-olds identified as Samuel and Jeffrey Y. I don't think that's their real name.
Why?
Yeah.
Because they like you.
Was discovered on the murder weapon used to slay 2 young men, yet it remains unclear which twin actually fired the gun. The 2 victims were brutally killed on September 14th of 2020, suffering multiple gunshot wounds in the basement of a housing project in St. Quin. St. Win. Both Samuel and Jeremy are also being tried for several attempted murders that took place on October 3rd of 2020, carried out by an organized gang. While both twins are suspected of planning the double murder, DNA from only one of them can be found on an assault rifle. And since they carry almost the same DNA, they can't tell who did it.
Interesting.
The trial is currently underway in Paris. On Tuesday, both twins were reportedly ejected from the courtroom for refusing to stand. Investigators suspect the brothers have exploited their likeness to conceal their criminal activities. It's actually an interesting way to get out of a court case.
Yeah, I mean, that does, that whole twin thing can be, a sticky wicket.
They exchange clothes as well as telephone lines and identity documents. We had, I remember having, there was a set of twins in my, second or third grade class.
Yeah.
They used to switch seats all the time because they were identical. They looked exactly alike. Right. Same haircut, same clothes, same, like their mother. It was like, is there any originality with these boys? Are you going to let them not wear the same?
I don't, I don't know why they do that, but I guess they think it's adorable. I went to high school with a couple of twins. These guys, Jim and Jeff.
Yeah.
And these guys were they were just goofy looking guys. And they wound up having this career where they were hired for commercials for Cabbage Patch Dolls. They opened up a pizza restaurant, which apparently was terrible. And Gordon Ramsay went to their place, and they did a whole episode on the Thiel twins.
Yeah,
with Gordon Ramsay, and I was in Boy Scouts with these guys, and they were hilarious. And they switched stuff all the time. You didn't know whether you were talking to Jim or Jeff or Jeff or Jim all the time, and every single time it was just hysterical.
Twin shenanigans.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely hilarious.
Well, maybe they can get out of a murder as well.
Well, I don't think that those guys are capable of murder, but they certainly destroyed the restaurant, that's for sure.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be cloudy eventually, then some snow showers with 1 to 3 inches possible and a high of 32. It is 18 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Get ready, New
Springfield's Classic Rock at 7:54 and 38 special with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be sunny to start, then clouds moving in with some snow showers this afternoon, 1 to 3 inches possible, high of 32. It's 18 right now in downtown Springfield.
Great event coming up on March 7th, the Log Cabin, Marshall Mania. The 2026 kickoff party is set to go. Unforgettable Fire, the #1 premier U2 tribute band, will be playing that night. Tickets are on sale now at the Holyoke St. Patrick's Day Committee website, or we happen to have a pair of tickets right now. 10th caller, 293-1021. Now, here's the rub. Here's the new information. If you happen to be a winner from here on out, from today on, you have to go to another place. Mm-hmm. You don't go to 45 Fisher Avenue anymore. That's yesterday's news. Yeah. Now you have to go to the brand new office.
What's the number?
167 Dwight Road, Suite 301 in Longmeadow. That's right. You got to go all the way up to the 3rd floor.
Kick ass.
It's like a Longmeadow high rise, you could say.
Yeah, you can watch salt being loaded into a truck at the DPW across the street.
But you can also see people doing chip shots at Franconia, which is right next door.
Depends on what side of the building you're on, I guess, right?
I might just have to pull out the golf clubs and take the cobwebs off them.
No,
and leave my clubs in the trunk.
I was excited because I was going to bring one of them air horns, screw up the golfers' shots every time they came by, but the windows don't open. That's the problem.
You could always step outside though.
Yeah, but you can't see it from afar. Maybe we can go up to the roof.
Now you're talking business.
We got equipment up there, so might as well give it a shot.
Golfers have a great sense of humor when those kinds of things happen.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
That's like when I'm driving down like Westwood, and you see like the golfers there on the greens, and I just go, it's hysterical.
Oh, man.
I love that stuff.
You know what? I'm always worried about that, though, giving some guy a heart attack that doesn't really deserve it.
Well, hey, he's going out doing something he loves.
You know what? I always wanted it. You know what I really, really want?
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I want a zig-a-zig, but I also want a train horn on my van. That would be hilarious. I used to watch, in the early days of YouTube, there was a guy who would go to a shopping mall.
Yeah.
And like a little Corolla.
Yeah,
but had a train horn hooked up to it. So then when people would walk by, he'd go, and be like, "You a-hole!"
That's fantastic.
Yeah, see?
That really gets people.
Yeah.
Anyway, 293-1021, your chance to win tickets to the Marshall Mania 2026 kickoff party with the unforgettable
Marshall Tucker?
No, Marshall Mania. Marshall Mania. Again, get your tickets, Holyoke St. Patrick's Day Committee website. It's 7:57 to Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, you wouldn't know to look at me. Despite my rugged masculine frame and my profoundly dynamic good looks, I've always tried to live my life in a pain-free, bullet-resistant manner. In times of gunplay, I'm not one to boldly step in front of a bullet for the purpose of protecting others. When guns are drawn, you shifty bastards are on your own. Sadly, not everybody feels this way, and that's when people begin to regret their choices. For example, New England Patriots 2023 draft pick Keon White is currently a defensive lineman for the San Francisco 49ers, underwent surgery yesterday after being shot in the ankle early Monday morning. Keon was shot at approximately 4:06 a.m. on the streets of Santa Clara, California, not far from where his former team was getting smoked by the Seattle Seahawks at the Super Bowl. According to reports, Keon was attending the game but found himself getting shot just hours later. By all accounts, he sustained non-life-threatening injuries from the gunshot wound, and after successful surgery, he's expected to fully recover and resume playing football. Now, obviously, that's the good news. However, it's always been my belief that very few good things happen on a Monday morning at 4:06 a.m. How do I know? Because that's the approximate time I get to work every day, and nothing very good has ever come from that. Especially true if you haven't been to bed yet or still out carousing from the night before. This is where people get in trouble, when the drunk and sleepy are out of the town, well past their bedtimes, and well past last call. That's when you could expect somebody to shoot your ankles off. And as a fully licensed broadcast professional, that's where I draw the line. So the next time you're up at 4:06 a.m. and you have an itch to do something, take my advice. Don't. Not unless you want someone shooting bullets at your ankles, which I cannot recommend. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Elliot's been with Rocky's for over 10 years, working his way up. He's now the store manager at the Island Pond Rockies. Now there's a guy who knows a thing or two about a thing or two. Good people like Elliot, rock solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 8:09 and Fleetwood Mac with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be, let's see, sunny to start, then clouds moving in with some snow, 1 to 3 inches possible, 32 for a high. It's 18 in downtown Springfield. What do you got?
Well, I believe tomorrow we'll be probably having Marty here to talk about the $20 dinner and a comedy show. And then we got other things going on this week, too.
Maybe you can help us with that, because we were trying to figure out something we could offer, for a Valentine's-themed dinner. I mean, the meal ain't going to change. The meal will be with a meal. But, we give away gift cards, stuff like that. But what can we do to make it, fun? Marty suggested, a speed dating thing, but I don't want to be responsible for anybody who winds up, with some creep, because that's always a possibility.
Yeah, you don't want that kind of liability. I mean, you just never know. Yeah. I thank God I never had to resort to those kinds of shenanigans to find someone to fall in love with. I never had to do that.
What, like speed dating and things?
Speed dating or online dating or any of that stuff. I never had to do it. Thank God.
But that's your age, though. I think you kind of missed that whole.
Yeah, but they've got them for people who are over 50. They've got those. I mean, you could. I forgot what I believe there's some apps there for more seasoned people to find love.
To find love.
To find it, yeah. And, I'm just glad that I didn't have to go through all of that.
Well, I mean, it's not really...
Because I struck the jackpot. I really did.
But you were lucky in that aspect.
Totally
there are a lot
lucky.
of people who aren't, and they seek out. They go on the dating app and do that. I mean, that's kind of the way of the world now anyway. For people trying to meet other people. But, I mean, what can we do as a comedy show to make that funny?
I don't really. What's a great way to exploit people's loneliness as they go to a $20 dinner and a comedy show?
I think there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people by choice who choose not to date.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a hassle. It really is,
and it's scary out there. There's a lot of weirdos, freaks, jerks, bastards, narcissists, dirt bags, criminals.
But it's like time. I don't have the time to go do that. I really don't. I'm a single parent. I don't have another parent to pick up those responsibilities. There are plenty of people out there who are divorced and they share parental responsibilities. I don't have that. I have to. I want to do things with my kids all the time. So,
but I'm sure you must hear all the time. Hey, Steve, have I got the perfect woman for you?
I just heard it yesterday.
Of course.
Too. Yeah. I heard that yesterday.
I got a friend of mine who's single, whose husband left her because of any number of things, including her background and her personality. But she'd be perfect for a guy like you.
It's funny you say that, because years ago I had a friend who was like, you got to meet my friend, whatever her name was. You got to meet my friend. She's recently divorced and all this stuff. And I'm like, nah, I'm all set. And then a couple of years go by, and this same friend tells me, I'm beginning to think it might be her is the problem. Because she was, it was like a revolving door of boy, which is, you go on dates with people. I wouldn't consider that a revolving door. But when you're, jumping in so quickly to all of it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we just met last week. We're moving in next month.
Yeah, if you've moved in with 17 boyfriends or more, then maybe there's a shared responsibility as to why it ended.
You know what? It doesn't make me sad though. It doesn't.
It's just not your time. Maybe when the kids are older, you'll get a chance to get out there and mingle. But you're absolutely right. I wouldn't know how you could possibly squeeze a relationship in with all the busyness that you got going on.
A comedy career, a dad career.
This nonsense.
Whatever this is.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there's really no time to dedicate to that. And to say, yes, I would do that seems a little irresponsible to say that.
Well, because something would have to give. I mean, something would, because you could only fit, 10 pounds of stuff in a 5-pound bag only a number of times. And you got a lot going on. So I can see where now is just not the time. But it's not to say that, 5, 6, 25 years from now, you might get an itch.
And it reminds me every once in a while. I spent the weekend at my brother's house when I went to Syracuse. His wife's got, my sister-in-law, she's got like the whole plan made out for the day. The whole day is him doing tasks that are set up by her. Mm-hmm. And I just go, thank God I don't have to do any of that. He's blissful, he's happy, he's comfortable in his relationship, and more power to him. I give him all the credit in the world for making a relationship work. It's hard to do that these days, but I don't have to do that. Can you go pick this up? Can you go pick that up? Can you do this? Can you do that? I don't have to do it.
See, this is where people misunderstand being single and the benefit of it. You choose your own agenda. Now you have kids and they've got schedules and they got activities and all this stuff, and you have to kind of work your way around it. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to grout a tub, you don't need to grout a tub.
Yeah,
that's on you to decide when you grout that tub.
Yeah, that's right.
As opposed to if you were married and she said, you're going to grout the tub today, right?
Yeah.
You were intending to grout the tub today. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah, see, you don't have that. And to be honest, I don't really have that. I really don't. Because Jenny and I are, like I said, we aggressively relax. And that's wonderful.
Yeah, but that again, that is something that you're an adult. You found another adult who's mature enough to have those same type of views.
And had we met, many, many years earlier, it might not have been the same way. Yeah. But we just got together at the right time in our lives.
I always look for red flags. The first red flag is if you're interested in me. Because you got to be bat-shiznick crazy to go, that guy.
Ooh, he's a single father of 2 teenagers?
Yeah.
Let me at him.
And then, what was it? It was my boss, our boss, that told me, you know what you need? You need a widower. Because for some reason that would be...
You need a widow.
A widow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a widower. It would be
if you're looking for a widower, I could probably find you one. I'm sure he's not doing much.
Oh, I've been part of the group. I know. They're out there. But no, I need to find a widow. That would be good for me.
Yeah, because, nothing says I love you more than shared grief.
Well, it creates some sort of bond.
Well, you would have something to talk about.
Yeah, but I'm like, you know what? Erica Kirk is off the market right now. I can't.
I understand it. I get it.
I don't do the fireworks.
It's to me, it would just be it would be hard because I like being in a relationship.
Yeah,
I like it, and the idea of trying to find someone that's not completely off the menu, I think would be tough. Because, even though I appear to be not that busy, I'm busy enough where just the pursuit, the hunt, the chase.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's too much for
you.
Too
much.
Yeah. It really does come down to do I choose my freedom or do I... Yeah, but again, it all depends on what kind of person you're matching up with.
Right.
You have to... You are lucky enough to find that person who is on the same level as you are. I've been single for so long that it's kind of like, do I want to change? I have my habits. I have the way I do things.
Yeah.
I get the whole bed at night to myself. I don't,
theoretically,
sharing that.
Theoretically, a relationship sounds nice.
Yeah.
But the reality for most relationships is it ain't all that nice. It's a lot. It's a lot of work
because people don't understand what kind of work goes into that. I think that's a big thing that a lot of people don't get.
Right.
How to coexist with another human being when they're different than you are.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's the coexistence and the understanding that any relationship should be kind of like a shared existence rather than one dominating the other, which is where things start to get problematic for people. If let's just say hypothetically that I were a beautiful woman and you were a single guy, and you and I got together. Now, again, it's hypothetical. It's never going to happen. You're really not my type. But if it were, would one of us be the more dominant personality saying, I'm in charge and you will do what I say? Now, I'm not the kind of person that
Depends on what setting we're in. Are we in a bedroom setting or are we in a regular
let's
everyday?
just say regular everyday thing.
All right, because I know who'd be the boss in the bedroom. I'll tell you that.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you haven't told me who.
Well, if you don't know, then you don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
See, I am able to compromise in a relationship. And I've done a lot of that in my day. Overcompensating in some ways.
I've never known you to be compromised.
Oh, yes. Listen, I'm very diplomatic when it's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that, if that were the case, you'd have to understand that, you have needs, I have needs, other people have needs, and those needs should not be stepped on and ignored because they are every bit as important as your needs.
That's true. Let's see what the Route 10 tire. Lifting a couch. What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
A friend with benefits.
Okay.
No, that doesn't. There's always something that goes awry with that.
So listen to this. My freedom? Okay, stay single, loser. Now, here's a lady who says it's right. It's very hard to meet people these days. I've tried the online stuff. It's ridiculously awful.
Yeah. And here's a guy. Are you still going to have a bathroom dedicated in your honor in the new building?
Yeah, the sign is it is apparently coming to.
Well, we made sure that moved from one location to the next.
Yeah, well, it's important.
But it's a shared bathroom, though. There's other offices in that building that also use that bathroom.
And that floor, too, is like one other building on that floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So.
everyone's going to get a piece of me.
But even, so back to this, you know what? It's okay. It's okay to watch people spend hundreds of dollars on a holiday this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
When you could merely spend $20 and have yourself a good old time by yourself at the Shortstop Bar and Grill on Thursday night.
It's 8:22 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. Classic Rock. It's 8:28 and Lenny Kravitz with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam's got the full forecast for you.
Real quick, this week on Banksy's Musical Podcast, former Rhino Records executive Harold Bronson. Fascinating story about that company. Started off as just a record store. Next thing you know, they're reissuing some of the best music ever made. And his story about how it happened and what he's doing now, really, really cool. Make sure you check that out on Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, the Rock 102 app, also on rock102.com. Brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
All right, this is going a little too far now. This guy, people who over-explain themselves.
Yeah.
Realize what they have just said, so then they over-explain themselves. So this guy, the first text on the Route 10 Tire listener, get a woman of similar ethnicity or nationality. Commonality goes very far, bro. And I almost like thinking to myself, okay, KK then. And then all of a sudden, another text pops up 2 minutes later. Familiarity breeds contentment in a wife. So if you're Polish, for example, go for that. It helps a lot as families have similar customs and traditions. Okay. You're a little backtracking there now. And then the third one. It makes relationships much smoother. Take it from me. God bless your search and pray about it that Christ puts a good woman into your life as it's meant to be.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
But make sure she's your own kind.
Yeah. Yeah, don't mix the pools.
Yeah.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, I think I was on that new dating site, stickwithyourownkind.com.
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations where, okay, you realized, hey, maybe that didn't come out the right way.
Maybe I didn't explain that enough to what I meant by saying sticking with your own kind.
Maybe if I over-explain it further, he'll forget my original point and agree with something else I said afterwards.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
You lost me at the Christ part.
We got news next to Rock 102.
Here's your Western Mass.
8:33 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Big Y, your family market. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Let's see. Which one do we start? Oh, yeah. Officials warned of traffic delays on Memorial Drive in Chicopee due to cooking barrels in the roadway yesterday. The Chicopee police stated that several barrels of cooking oil spilled onto the roadway on Memorial Drive in the area of Stop and Shop on Monday afternoon. The road has since reopened. Updates will be provided as more information becomes available. And this was yesterday, and we have not heard any updates yet.
Steve, I do my share of cooking around the house. Do you normally get your oil from, like, the roadside?
Oh, that's the best kind of oil to get is roadside cooking oil.
Yeah, roadside cooking oil. Like, I mean, I've seen, like, like the roadside maple syrup. You get a dozen fresh eggs on the roadside. I've never thought of, like, cooking oil as a possibility.
Speaking of roadside things, I was always grossed out when I was in Florida, and you drive and it's like it's 90 degrees, and there's some dude selling seafood out of the back of like an Chevy S10 pickup truck that's got a box on the back.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would trust that kind. Fresh crab legs. It's the Gulf of Mexico. Where is the crab legs coming from? Like king crab legs, like from the North Atlantic or in Alaska or whatever, isn't it? Or am I just not knowing where my species are located?
I often don't really ask.
Yeah.
Where did this particular crab come from?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had crabs and wonder where it came from?
No. Well, I had one crab that said he was a king crab, but he was really just a jester. He was an imitation crab.
$20 dinner and a comedy show this week at the Shortstop in Westfield.
I do a great king crab. Look at me. I'm getting picked up by a big fisherman. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's like the Rich Little of crabs. He can do any voice he wants, including the king crabs.
The man of a dozen voices.
Where are you from? Alaska. Yeah. Anywho, so there's no more cooking oil in the roadway on Memorial Drive. Thank God. Somebody finally stepped up.
Well, that's probably for the best.
The town of Amherst is hosting Winterfest, an 8-day event beginning this Saturday featuring free and affordable events for residents and visitors of all ages. From the 14th through the 21st, festivities include a family dance party, Amherst College Community Days, a chess festival, educational experiences, active recreation, and arts and crafts and music. The grand finale is the 6th annual Fire and Ice Festival and Luminaria on the Town Common with ice sculptures, live entertainment, and a Luminaria display. This actually sounds like something I'd be interested in going to.
You should go. Maybe you might meet somebody nice.
I think, yeah, okay. In Amherst,
it's possible.
Really?
Yeah, they're. Yeah. I don't have a lot of experience in it, but I believe there are probably one or two nice people in Amherst.
One.
Not all of them,
No.
but I'm just saying.
Winterfest is more than just a series of events. It's a warm invitation for neighbors. Actually, the weather is going to be pretty nice. It's going to be in the 40s.
Sure.
So, I mean, it's probably better than having this when it was -10 over the weekend. It reminds us that the season is always more fun when we make memories together. Isn't that the truth?
That's absolutely true.
So this weekend starts the big ice festival up in Amherst. A former driving school owner in Brockton was sentenced for bribing a road test examiner to issue licenses to applicants who did not take a road test. Isn't that the point of the driving school?
I believe it is the very point of the road test.
According to the Boston Department of Justice, 17-year-old Carlos Cardoso paid cash bribes totaling more than $20,000 to a road test examiner at the Brockton RMV Service Center to misrepresent to the RMV that certain driver's license applicants had passed their road test when, in fact, they had not. Some of the applicants did not even show up to take the test. As a result of the fraud, the RMV mailed driver's license to the unqualified applicants. Cardoso pleaded guilty to 1 count of honest services mail fraud and 1 count of conspiracy to commit honest services mail fraud. On Friday, he was sentenced to time served, 1 day in prison.
A whole day?
Yeah.
That's inconvenient.
To be followed by 2 years of supervised release, with the first 6 months to be sent in incarceration. He's also ordered to pay $5,500 in fines. It's a pretty good take. If you had $20,000 and you had to pay $5,500, you get to keep $14,500.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah.
Imagine that guy must get a lot of action. The driving instructor.
I think you have to consider the kind of people you're dealing with. I think that's illegal.
You think a chick gets hot when you pick her up in the car with that brake on the other side?
You're heading on a hot date with the sign that says student driver on it. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
When you're exuberating dominance and you're like, you know what? You can drive, but I'm in control.
Oh my God, I'm creeped out.
What? You don't think that he's running? You could be running the dating service out of there? There's plenty of adult women out there that don't have driver's licenses that you could offer. It's like a barter trade service.
There's got to be a better way. Which is what we were talking about half an hour ago.
Look what I got. I got a brake pedal on my side. You can drive, but I'm going to stop you if you go too far.
Okay, I just want to point out that most of that guy's exposure is with 16-year-old girls, and that's creepy.
I was talking about adult women when I said
I know
that.
you were, but I mean, how many adult women don't have their driver's license yet?
Apparently, quite a bit that were defrauding. I mean, think about it.
That's a real niche.
What kind of kid wouldn't take the driver test? You have some rich parent that's, hey, you know what? If I just pay $1,000, she'll get the license, and I don't have to worry about it. This is seemingly like an adult theft ring of licenses.
You're right.
And there's some chick out there, probably in her mid-40s.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he drove up in that Corolla with the third brake button, ooh, that got me hot and bothered.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't even know where we're going.
I don't really know.
This whole Savannah Guthrie mother thing is odd.
Yeah.
Odd.
And, it's been, what, now, today's day 11?
Yeah, the urgent investigation into the apparent kidnapping of 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie continued Sunday, a week after the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie was reported missing in Arizona. Savannah solemnly told the potential kidnappers in a social media video released Saturday that the family was prepared to pay for her safe return. Flanked by her siblings, Guthrie said, "We received your message and that this is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay." They did this side by side of Savannah Guthrie reciting her speech as a plea to the kidnappers,
right,
alongside the scene from Silence of the Lambs, where she was saying the exact same thing.
Well, maybe there's something to that, and not just because maybe authorities said, well, here's a script we strongly suggest you go by.
And they said, use the one from the Silence of the Lambs?
Well, I mean, it did land, Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster Oscars. I mean, it was a great performance.
I know, but it just seems... When was the last time you heard of somebody being ransomed? This seems like one of these,
It probably happens a lot, but I mean, you don't... What makes this story so unusual is the fact that Savannah Guthrie is a celebrity. People go missing all the time, and it doesn't get nearly this kind of publicity. But nevertheless, I mean, I got to believe there are certain protocols that investigators and law enforcement says, hey, this is really what you should do here. This is how we can maybe get this thing going.
Yeah. By the way, just to go back, because I was talking about the seafood on the side of the street in Florida.
Yes.
This coming from a guy who buys meat at Tractor Supply. Whoa. First of all, I have never bought the meat at a Tractor Supply.
Right.
And it's not at the Tractor Supply. It's at the parking lot of the Tractor Supply in a refrigerated container.
Yeah, it's so much different.
Now, while I may have never purchased said beef,
right,
there are plenty of people who do. And there are
many people who are satisfied.
Satisfied customers for
That's
that.
right.
Yeah. I may not particularly participate in the purchasing of meat out of the back of a truck.
But that doesn't make it right or wrong.
You know what? That's a good Valentine's Day treat.
Meat from a truck.
I'm gonna pick you up in my student driver car, and we're gonna go to all the finest beef trailers in parking lots of Tractor Supplies throughout Western Massachusetts.
And you know, it's so funny. They say romance is dead.
Where is my queen?
Yes. She's right around the corner,
She
Steve.
is right around the corner. She missed that opportunity when she was a teenager to get her license, and now she's 57 years old, waiting to get picked up by a driving instructor.
Yeah.
And a meat truck tour.
How can that sounds like real love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I can offer you? 20 ribeyes for $39.95.
How does that grab you?
Oh, that grabs me just
I bet it
fine.
does. Yes.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be, I think we're done here today. I think that's
That's probably for the best.
Snow this afternoon, 1 to 3 inches possible, high of 31. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 37. It is 22 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Hey, folks.
To Springfield's Classic Rock. 8:52 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It is going to be snowy eventually today, this afternoon. 1 to 3 inches possible, high of 31. Tomorrow, wow, 37 for a high.
I got 40 over here.
Well, I see it's on that side of the building.
I guess.
When we move to a new office, do you think that's going to be different? Do you think the temperature will be different in Longmeadow than it is in East Longmeadow? I mean, it's clearly different from one side of the board to the other side of the board here.
Yeah, I mean it's further west. I don't know if it's if it was like south and you're closer to the equator, maybe Tropic or Capricorn or Tropic or Cancer. I can't remember which one's on top, but nevertheless, it might be a little bit different.
Well, we'll have to see what that's going to be like.
It is a Shop Tuesday here at Rock 102 this morning at 9 o'clock, which is just less than 7 minutes away. If you go to rock102.com, you can save 30% off to Fishtails Bar and Grill in Hatfield, where you'll find what you're craving for at Fishtails: stuffed haddocks, scallops, pan-seared, herb butter, salmon, and swordfish tips. Daily specials noon to 4 on Fridays and Saturdays. That starts at 9 o'clock today in the Shop 30 store at rock102.com. Do not miss out. Your chance to get 30% off at Fishtails in Hatfield.
$20 dinner and a comedy show this Thursday.
That's
at the
right.
Shortstop. Marty Caperni will be in here tomorrow to talk about that. We're trying to have some kind of Valentine's Day thing going. We don't know what to do yet.
It's like, how about a kissing booth?
How about you bring your best breakup letter?
That'd be good. I think a kissing
We're
booth.
gonna read it on stage.
How about a kissing booth with someone who's very unsightly?
What's Pat Kelly doing on Thursday night?
I don't know. I know he's busy at the RV Camping and Outdoor Show on Friday, but
Well, there
he
you
might
go.
have
He might
nothing
be
going
available,
on.
yeah.
That's right. Make out with Pat Kelly for like $5.
It's only
and by that we'll give you $5.
It depends on what time of day you catch him. It's just like any of us. He's
Well,
a human being.
Yeah, I know. He's got feelings and needs.
Yeah. But yeah, we're trying to figure out some kind of weird theme to do. If you can come up with one, message us on the Route 10 Tire listener line. You know?
Yeah.
293-1021.
Yeah. Well, listen. It's a day of love. It's a day of expressing. It's a great night. It's a great date night.
I told you I don't want to be like a matchmaker. I'm not. That's not the. I don't want to be responsible for that, because if something happens, you don't want to say, this guy was the one that hooked us up. I don't want any part of that. That's got to happen naturally. That's why happen forced.
That's why when you go to those things, they usually have you sign some sort of waiver.
Yeah.
So if something terrible happens on this date, it's not their fault.
Yeah,
it's your fault.
I don't want to do. Or maybe you can come up with a good breakup story. You know what? We'll judge you by the best breakup story you've had.
Sometimes breakup stories are a whole lot more enjoyable to listen to.
And then all the comedians will tell their favorite breakup story.
Oh, this is good. I'm telling you what, the gears are turning in your head all the time.
Well, we do it at Christmas. We did it like, the most memorable Christmas or unmemorable Christmas, if you want,
right?
Depending on which way you look at it. So there's a theme going on here.
I'll tell you what, if the comedians and yourself can make fun of people's heartache, that's going to be a great show.
Wait till it falls on Bastille Day.
I'll tell you what, there's got to be a French Revolution connection there somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to believe it.
Yeah, we can have you yell at and say that this $20 is too much.
Right. You can be rude like actual French.
No, but we're looking for a good idea. So if you have a good idea what we can do for Thursday night, I think a good breakup story would be fun.
I like that.
You participate.
Yeah.
Audience participation. We'll have a prize for the best one by audience approval. I think that's a good idea.
I'll tell you what, that you got to make sure you got a really good prize for that one.
Yeah.
Because people are really going to pour out their hearts.
Well, listen, even if you want to get ahead on the Valentines, $20. You spend $40. You and your partner come out and you have a good old time for $40. You don't need to do anything for the rest of the weekend. Why go to a fancy restaurant and wait for reservations?
Yeah, flowers are eventually just going to die.
Yeah, but you know what won't die? You will die. Actually, you will die.
You'll die laughing.
That's right. That's right.
That's correct.
Come on out.
It's 8:57 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rock 102 is the expert of all things classic